Heyo, my Fuaranna coaster friends, Channel5 Alive here, and welcome back to another Coaster Spotlight Contest Edition. This is the very final episode of the Legend Builder bracket and the entire contest. We made it to the end, so stay tuned and let's check it out. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're all doing wonderful today, and I hope you all enjoyed this contest. Let's get into it. Apex Legends, Wraith versus Octane versus Bangalore, created by Fuaranna, and here she says... Pick your character, use your special abilities, show everyone what legends are made of in the Apex Legends Battle Arena. I've been working non-stop in the given time for this contest, and I've made the special TMTK items to give the walls and floors the perfect worn-down, dirty look that they have in-game. That the game is based on. I built 3 coasters to reflect their characters' personalities. Custom-made audio is provided on the workshop page, and I highly recommend using it for the best experience. Please walk the queues. Bangalore at night looks best. Flashlight off, please. Thank you. Smiley face. And ride preferences, seat view, daytime for all 3 coasters. Nighttime is not necessary. Cinematic doesn't work for the first part. Okay, let's get on into it. Here we are, the final submission. Apex Legends. Check this out. We're coming in through a portal. Really cool looking buildings. So you said some of this stuff is TMTK, created grime and concrete to create some of the aesthetics of Apex. I personally have not played Apex Legends, but I've seen like my old roommate play it and stuff. So I've definitely seen the game and I've watched YouTube videos on it and all that stuff. My kind of team-based shooter of choice has always been like Overwatch, but Apex Legends, I guess, is more of a battle royale, but like on a team, I guess. Not really like a team-based shooter in the traditional sense. You fly in just like a battle royale or drop in and all that stuff. Even though I haven't played the game, I definitely have seen the art style, and this is definitely fitting of it so far. These bunkers look amazing. Wraith. Love the banners as well. Looking really nice. 05. Bangalore. Definitely a game that I kind of want to try. I just feel like it's a different style shooter. I was kind of afraid that the skill cap for this would be more like CSGO serious. And now that I've seen that, what's that new game coming out called? Valorant. Valorant looks like it's very much like CSGO and very hardcore. Where now I look at Apex Legends and go, maybe it's not as hardcore as a game like Valorant, and maybe it's a little bit more user-friendly like Overwatch. Maybe I should give it a chance. So I don't know which one I should start with. I think we'll just go with Octane here and go work our way from left to right. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, I think she said something about the queues at night. Bangalore's looks best at night. And we're in Octane, right? Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Octane Launch Vector Coaster. Here's a look at the results if you want to see them. Sounds like we have some custom character sound effects in there. Really cool stuff. Let's get right on it. She asked for seat. Front seat, daytime for all 3 coasters. I know a lot of people like riding the back. Would that be an issue? Like forward, back? Maybe we could try it out for one of the coasters. But let's start off with seat, because that's what was requested.
My legs are ready to go. Some assembly required. Adrenaline surging through your veins.
All right, really cool. I like the I'm gonna pause it so the other coasters don't take off on us. I like the use of the custom sound effects. I guess Octane, he doesn't look like a speedy character. I thought he would be like a suicide bomber kind of character, like using gas and things like that. I mean, Octane, yeah, it sounds like he wears an oxygen mask so that he poisons people. From the sound effects, sounds, and I guess his bionicle legs, I'm getting the impression that he likes to jump around, run really fast, do flips and things, because he's like, let's jump here, and let's go faster, and all that stuff. Maybe he has a grapple hook as well, I don't know. But it's pretty cool having those sound effects trigger at those moments. Loving the textures here. So now we're gonna go check out Bangalore, which sounds like a soldier of some sorts with grenades and explosions. So maybe we'll see a little bit more explosives and stuff. That's one thing I was kind of expecting going into this, is seeing their abilities. I don't know how you would do that, but I guess you could do like little pew pew sound effects and shooting and stuff. I guess I would expected them to be fighting, but if they're on a team, then I guess they wouldn't be fighting each other, they'd be working together. So yeah, still works. Okay, here we are at Bangalore's base. Really nice queue. Ooh, tanks, heavy weaponry, ammo boxes, looking good. I thought personally it might have been nice to sit at the back, so maybe we could do that for Bangalore, switch it up. So there's a look at the stats on Bangalore, another 3,700 meters. I guess if they're all 3,700 meters, we're looking at least almost a 1,200 meter coaster, or 12,000 meters of coaster. So another world record coaster length throughout this contest. Good googly moogly. So why don't we try it? We'll sit at the back, we'll look forward. I think this will be fun.
Drop, shock, and rock. Old Painless knocking at the door. In that contact, you better finish the job.
Oh, awesome. So we definitely saw a little bit more of the abilities from that character. Was I supposed to look at this place at night, or was that Wrath? Oh, Bangalore's at night. For some reason, Wraith reminds me of like night or something. So we were supposed to look at this area at night. Okay, very cool. I'll head back down the queue. Yeah, I like all the red lights in here. Red alert. Ah. Ugh. How do I get out of here? The interiors are amazing, by the way. Going, like, the build-up until the big open battlefield is pretty amazing. So, it didn't say anything about looking at Wraiths at night, but I do think it would look pretty cool, wouldn't it? Laboratory. Oh. I really want to know more about the backstory of these characters. Seems like she was an experiment gone wrong, escaped. Creates portals? Crazy. So I'm assuming this is the character that can go invisible. It's like the rogue, cast spells, maybe smoke and stuff. Portals, possibly. Really cool. All right, so there's the stats on Wraith. And honestly, I wouldn't mind being able to do an orbit view and look around a little bit. So I think that's what we'll do for this guy, or this lady. I want to just try to pay attention to the dueling aspects a little bit more as we close out this contest. And I'll flip it back to daytime, even though it's day-night sequencer controlled.
Follow my path to win. Phasing. Setting a portal. Portal placed.
Okay, let's talk about it. I love the portals on that one. That was super fun, changing the camera effects, jumping through the portal, setting the portal. One thing I noticed being able to do that last run in orbit like that, as we're jumping out of here, that's the airship that you, I guess, skydive out of. That's how you get into the battlefield, right? You jump out of an airship, something. So there's smoke that's trailing off all of the coasters. Now, the interesting thing about requesting me to ride them all in front seat, we would have never seen that smoke. Ever. The coasters don't really turn around to look at it, do they? At least I didn't notice it on the first two runs. But riding orbit like that, I was kind of looking behind and go, oh, there's like a smoke trail coming off all of the coasters. And that is, I guess, them, you know, paragliding down, and they leave a tracer, a smoke trail behind them. So that's actually like a really cool effect that you would actually only get if you did like guest facing or orbit or something like that. So really cool battlefield. It looks and feels kind of like an Apex Legend map, which is pretty awesome. And you have like the supply point where they're all doing their different abilities. So, I mean, really amazing stuff. I love the idea that you go here with the different characters, having those sound effects, having their personalities per coaster, and then even the introduction of the queues and how you put that all together, and the nice little interior building all the way up to the drop point. There's some really good Apex Legend style art style going on here. So I really love that. In terms of like the actual dueling elements, I think I would have liked to see a little bit more. There's like a little bit going on in the sky, but because they're so far apart, they're not like really competitive. We had a few kind of you know, chicken races going on here. There wasn't a whole lot of like near misses and high five moments between the characters, and if they are on a team, you kind of expect to see that a little bit more. And I'm wondering if there's any way you can kind of combine their abilities and have them do like a team play. It's really hard to do that without having like 6 coasters, because it's a team-based game. So if you have a 3-on-3 or 3-on-3-on-3, you know, you'd have to have like other coasters going by and different things. And, you know, I'm wondering if you could have used the animatronics to symbolize like soldiers on the map, and you're blowing them up and people are dying. Something like that, maybe. I'm not sure. It's definitely hard because it's a game in the sense that like there's only what, 12 players on the map at any given time, or I don't know how many teams there are, but it's teams of 3, I think. Even still, there's not a whole lot of people dying in comparison to a game like Battlefield, right? So you couldn't have like these soldiers and animatronics everywhere, otherwise it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. But there's comes that point where you have to stretch the imagination and that sort of thing. So I mean, at this point here, when they're all doing their abilities, I thought it was really fun. It seems like that Octane guy was doing a little bit more of his own personal abilities. It makes me really curious to try the game. So she definitely has her own portals. Bangalore is using grenades and stuff, artillery artillery strikes. I think it would be cool to see a little bit more of that. Like, Planet Coaster has some pretty darn cool explosions. Maybe Bangalore's experience could have been a little bit more jam-packed with explosions everywhere, especially over here as well. Yeah, I don't know. The portal thing's really difficult to do, so I don't know the rest of Wraith's abilities, but I heard her at one point saying like going into stealth mode and stuff. That was over here. So I think you did a really good job of like taking something that's not native to Planet Coaster and saying, I'm gonna make coasters have abilities, and you portrayed that through special effects, sound effects, and it's really fun. I honestly think it's a really hard thing to tackle. We had the sky drop coming in, super cool elements, a lot of really fun elements here. You know, if I were to pick a game like Overwatch, I wouldn't even know how I would make like Reinhardt on a coaster, you know? Like, I just don't know. I think portraying, turning a character into a coaster is definitely one of the hard thing to do, making abilities and all that. And you did a pretty damn good job here, I would say. It looks and feels like an Apex Legend map, and the characters did have their own abilities. So really strong submission here. A great way to close out the contest. Absolutely amazing. What did you guys think? Leave your comments down below, and because this is the last submission of the contest, you will be able to vote on the legend bracket within the next 24 hours. If you're late to this video, there'll probably be a message pinned at the top of the comments. If not, head over to the community tab in the YouTube channel, and then you can vote there. And then there's also Discord. If you join us on Discord, there is an announcements channel where you can find the voting form there as well. So plenty of places to find that voting form. But man, oh man, the legend bracket is a tough one. Definitely tough. All of these creations have been completely unique. As I mentioned, BioShock and Atlantica had their Atlantic similarities, but definitely different in their own ways. I think those are the only two that were somewhat alike. Everything else has been completely unique. And closing out with Apex Legends here, another very unique one. Nobody else in this bracket decided to do like a... I mean, we got BioShock was a game, so and it's a shooter game at that, so maybe we did have two back-to-back games and two back-to-back Atlantis, so there might be a little bit of similarities that you could draw, but I personally feel that they all, like Apex Legends versus BioShock, they're two completely separate genres and separate games, but they are video games at the end of the day, so I guess you could draw some similarities there, but my point that I'm trying to make is the legend bracket has definitely been the most unique in the sense that like I can't even draw comparisons between them because they're all so unique in their own ways. Really unique stuff. I mean, Fuaranna put a lot of effort into this creation with all these custom textures, custom props, the TMTK stuff, a lot of the custom images, custom soundtracks, sound effects, fonts. You know, there's a lot of tiny details making this thing stand out, as well as a lot of terrain work. And I think they all have something that makes them stand out as legendary on their own. But figuring out the order of first, second, and third is definitely going to be a nail biter. And I'm going to have to sit down and think about it because I like to do my predictions through my own votes. So when I vote, I vote the prediction, basically. What I think people are going to vote on, what do I think is going to win. And I'm going to have a hard time with this bracket. A very hard time. Because a lot of it's going to come down to personal preference, I think, and with that it's impossible for me to make a prediction because like I look at one creation and compare it to another and I go, I like it better for these reasons on my own, you know, and it's tough. It's really tough. It's intense. Anyways, be sure to vote. Stay tuned for the results video or videos. I'm not sure I'm gonna do it. I might do like a multiple video series. I have to think about it. I'm doing things a little bit differently this time around, and I might have a little extra surprise present for those winners. Came up with something, a fun idea. So definitely an awesome contest, by far the best that we've ever done. Absolutely legendary competitors, as you can see from today's video. Boom. All right, I'm gonna leave it off there. I will see you guys in the results video, and we're coming up on episode 800 already. This contest put out 73 coaster spotlights in the 700 series. So there's basically all dueling coasters from 700 to 800 almost. So I need to try to find a dueling coaster for episode 800, which would be fantastic. Hopefully we have something in the inbox there. But yeah, I will see you all in the results video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for participating and watching and viewing this contest with me. And we'll see you then. Bye now.